Hey, Titans! This is Captain Yeet here for you for the Teen Titans episode review. This is going to be season 3, episode 7, titled Revolution. So, let's get into it. So, this episode starts off with 4th of July in Jump City. Everybody is ecstatic, sorting out fireworks, eating cake, eating hamburgers, hot dogs. We just get a couple of nice, cute. We get a couple of really nice, cool shots of everybody celebrating 4th of July in Jump City, which is kind of funny because 4th of July wasn't too far ago, and I literally reviewed an episode on 4th of July on this channel. So it would have been like perfect if it was like this one. Anyway, while everybody is celebrating it, we cut over to the Titans Tower, and everybody's celebrating in there. Cyborg, he has some hamburgers and hot dogs on a plate. Starfire, she's a bit confused. She's like, Robin, are we celebrating the number 4, or are we celebrating July? What is going on? Robin goes, oh no, it's either. It's Independence Day. It's basically America's birthday. She goes, oh, so we get America a cake? And then Beast Boy comes out of nowhere and starts to explain the Boston Tea Party. And basically, he says that they wanted people to drink tea all the time. That's all they wanted people to drink was a ton of tea. People didn't want to drink that. And that was basically the Boston Tea Party, the Beast Boy. Raven's like, Beast Boy, did you learn your history on the back of a cereal box? He goes, and if I did, she goes like, wow. Anyway, a big counter pops up on the TV because they're going to shoot off the fireworks in 10 seconds. When it gets close to 1, like around 3 or 2, boom, Mad Mod appears on all the TV screens. Obviously, all the Titans are shocked, and he says George Washington doesn't exist. And he also just starts going on and on about how England is the best, and he just starts to take over all of Jump City with his hypno screens. Everybody gets hypnotized but the Teen Titans because they know, you have to block your eyes. After that, we get the theme song, and the theme song is back to Japanese theme. Last week it was English. Well, for the last few weeks it was English. I think we got one episode before this one that's Japanese theme. So season 1 was about even. Season 2 was mainly English theme instead of Japanese theme. Japanese theme is a few more. Boom. We'll be right back to neck and neck. But we never know. We're only episode 7. It's 13 episodes. We got a few episodes left, so we never know. I guess we'll see. So, after the theme song, actually, I remembered a lot of stuff. I don't think I look right here. Skip intro. Okay, after the theme song, we cut to Mad Mod in his control center inside of a train. And he's just laughing and gloating about how he took over Jump City. He's going to take over everything. And then the Teen Titans found him pretty quickly. They found him really quickly inside of this train. They bust into the train. And Robin goes, Mad Mod, your time is up. And we get a pretty cool team shot of all the Teen Titans standing together. Anyway, after he said this, Mad Mod clicks a button, and that button makes a wall appear in between him and the Teen Titans. Robin is the only one to jump through, well, not through the wall, but he's the only one. He's a cool team shot I was talking about. Pretty nice. He's the only one that was able to jump over to the Mad Mod side of this train. He was the only one to jump over before the wall came down, basically. And everybody's like, yo, Robin, be careful. But, Mad Mod, he's old. He can take this guy easy. They start fighting over this cane, and they start doing this. The only time I've ever seen someone do this is High School Musical 2. I don't think it was 3. I think it was 2. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 2. They're trying to figure out who's going to be the baseball captain. And then, they just started doing this. And whoever gets to the top first, boom, it's the captain. And then Robin and Mad Mod does that exact same thing. And Mad Mod gets to the top first, and he clicks a button. In the beginning of this episode, Mad Mod clicks the button and it's right directly on top. But at the end of this episode, when Robin does it, it's off to the side. I guess that's the normal button and the reverse button. I didn't really think of that. I guess it's a reverse button. I don't know why you have a reverse button for what he's doing. Anyway, when he clicks the button, a ghostly figure comes out of Robin and goes into Mad Mod. And then Mad Mod, he looks super young. It's kind of funny because Robin goes, aren't you a bit too old for this? And then when he does the switch, he goes, nah, mate. I feel as young as a fickle. Don't know what that's supposed to mean. But anyway, here's what Robin looks like. And we already know what Mad Mod looks like young. But, here's what Robin looks like. It was kind of funny. Not funny because I was, really shocked because I was like, why is Robin so old? I mean, Mad Mod was old. Obviously, they switched ages, but Robin like super old to where like he can barely move. Mad Mod, he was still able to like run around, walk a little bit. You know, he was really old, but he was still able to move. Robin, he can barely. He's like shaking. This man is like shaking like crazy. He can barely move, which is kind of funny. I mean, it's not funny, but it's like, geez, like what's happening? Why is he like super duper young like he's supposed to be? Robin like so old he can barely move. Anyway, Starfire starts freaking out. Actually, I'll keep this off for right now. Starfire, she starts freaking out about Robin, and she's trying to bust through the glass. Mad Mob pulls a lever, and his part of the train disconnects from the rest of the train and goes off to another railing. And then, so their part of the train goes to the left. Mad Mob goes to the right with Robin, and they hit a wall because they're just going and going and going. They look forward, and there's nothing there but a wall. Beast Boy's like, and then they just crash, and then they just come out like nothing happened. Everybody looks shook besides Raven. They hit like a wall, blows up, and then they come out of it like nothing just happened. Like they're not patting themselves. Well, I guess Cyborg was, but they weren't like, they just crashed into like a wall, and they look pretty fine. Like, this is Teen Titans. They do a whole 360 around this whole area, and Jump City has completely turned to look like England. Everything's black and white. It looks very weird. Obviously, they're really shook. After that, after we get like that huge like panning shot to see like what Jump City looks like now that Mad Mod took over, we see these two huge robots come out of nowhere. And these robots look like those soldiers that like have to stand like this and they're not allowed to move at all. Now, no matter what you do, they cannot move. I know you guys seen videos. I mean, it's a classic trope in movies and stuff, but like, you know, they try to do something to these guys and they're not allowed to move or make any reaction or anything. You know, here's what the robots look like. I don't know what they're officially called. I don't know. But we see these two robots. Anyway, their chest open and there's hypno screens. Nobody gets hypnotized but Beast Boy. Cyborg says, okay, hit him fast, hit him hard. Star, make Beast Boy laugh. No, Raven, she says that. Make Beast Boy laugh. So Starfire takes Beast Boy over to the side and does like the armpit like toots, and I never knew how to do it. Not even now. I don't know how people are able to do that. But she does that, and that makes Beast Boy laugh. So, okay. Starfire does make a funny face when she's trying to think of a way to make Beast Boy laugh. But this is my second time recording. And when I did it the first time, the screen was way too bright. Sometimes the screen isn't bright when you play it. So let me see if that happens. Yeah, it's still a little bright, so you can't really see it. Never mind. She does like a funny face when she's thinking, but you can't really see even when you play, so it's whatever. Anyway, Beast Boy, he's okie dokie. He's able to fight. He gets into the fight, but for some reason he starts to talk British for no reason, and he also like does his hair up. Anyway, so the fight continues with these robots, and these robots, their durability is just up and down throughout this whole episode. So in this first fight with these robots, they're really durable. They can take the hit and dish it right back. Cyborg shoots it with his cannon arm. It does nothing. Cyborg runs up to it, punches it like crazy. It does nothing, and it also hurts Cyborg's hands. Then a robot punches Cyborg. It was pretty funny because the robot cocked his arm back, and Cyborg was like, uh-oh, oh boy. Then he went flying. Starfire, as he does a huge starbolt beam directly on the robot, does nothing. Raven grabs a bus, slams it on one robot, doesn't move for a little while. Then Beast Boy, he comes out of nowhere, turns into a T-Rex, hits it into a building, doesn't go anywhere for a few seconds. They're like, okay, we got him. The robots get back up. Now, they do have some damage on them. Some of it, I mean, one robot's face is like halfway off. He has electricity coming out. The other robot's shoulder is like, you can see the inside of it, and it's like electricity popping out. And Starfire's like, man, these things are durable. Cyborg's like, yeah, we can take them. Stand your ground. Then like 10 more of these things come over from the side. Raven like, we can't take all of them. Retreat. So they run into a back alley and they just run away. Then it cuts to nighttime. Raven does tell Beast Boy to stop talking like that. And he goes, you're just mad. I sound like a rock star. She goes, what do you... Just come on, let's go. So they go into like a back alley. It goes to nighttime underneath a bridge. So, Starfire, obviously, she wants to find her man. Her boy, Robin. She goes, that's number one priority. We need to go find Robin. Cyborg goes, no. We need to do a full-on aerial assault, and then we can beat Mad Mod. And then Raven's like, no, no, no. We need to sneak around to beat him. And then Beast Boy, he wants to like get gerbils and train them to do like a revolution. Nobody's listening to him. nobody really listening to him. Eventually, everybody just starts arguing. And then Raven, she gets really mad. And like a ton of fire just pops up around her whole face. And she goes, everybody should stop. Cyborg's like, yeah, you know what, you're right. This is still America. How about we vote on it? Anyway, this was the funny scene when Raven gets like a ton of fire around her. It's coming up in a second. I guess I can continue. Anyway, everybody raised their hands for their idea. And obviously the only person to pick their idea is them. Let me show you guys the funny scene of Raven where she gets really mad and a ton of fire just surrounds her. Like I said, obviously the only one to pick their idea is themselves. But then Beast Boy goes, you know what? My idea wasn't really the best. I'll just go with Starfire's idea. And everybody's like, okay, well, Starfire got the most votes. We're going with your idea. She goes, yes! So it cuts to daytime. They're flying around, running around Jump City. Cyborg's tracking Robin with his communicator because they're tracking his communicator. So they're looking for Robin, and eventually they look up, and Cyborg's like, hey, Robin's right there. And we actually see Robin, old Robin, on top of a building. Starfire gets like super happy, and she flies over to Robin to grab him. But it turns out it was a hologram. It wasn't Robin. And a big explosion happens, and it blows Starfire back. It was really a nice, cute scene to see Starfire just like so happy. Look at this. He was just so happy to see Robin, and she just flew there so fast. Like, I felt so bad. Like, she wants to see Robin so bad. She was like, it's Robin. And Starfire, you already know. But she gets blown back. It was a trap. They're finna get ambushed, and they do, by a ton of different robots. Cyborg goes, okay, I guess we're going with my idea. Full frontal assault. Let's go. Here's one really cool team shot. Everybody coming over the star after she got blown back by the explosion. Really nice. Anyway, we do see a quick scene of Mad Mod and Robin watching all this go down in his like control center. Oh. There we go. In his control center, and obviously Robin is really mad seeing his friends get hurt and everything. That's Starfire. Robin, he tries to get up, but he's just so old he can barely move, and he just doesn't have the strength. Anyway, they start to fight the robots. I guess the coolest scenes in this fight probably had to be when Cyborg, he runs up to one robot and just punches it in the chest and he blows a hole in it. Before, you saw a punch did nothing and even hurt Cyborg's hand. Now he's able to just punch holes in them. The durability of these things go up and down. Then another robot comes and like smacks Cyborg with their gun, and Cyborg goes flying. Beast Boy, he comes over to the side, he turns to a Triceratops and hits one robot in the air so hard he turns into a firework. And then another robot comes, shoots Beast Boy, he turns to a turtle. Starfire does catch Turtle Beast Boy, but when she does, she gets blown back like she just caught the Triceratops form. But no, she caught the turtle forms. I don't know why she got blown back so much. See, like I said, punched a hole straight through it. One robot smacks him with his gun. He goes flying. Beast Boy comes to the side. Triceratops turns to a firework. That was pretty funny. Anyway, they continue to fight these robots. We cut to another scene of Mad Mod and Robin watching this go down. And he's like taunting Robin, talking about how his robot's going to beat the Titans, take over Jump City, then take over the rest of the world. Everything is going to be English and British from here on out. He hasn't even called in the heavy cavalry yet. And when he does, we find out the heavy cavalry are tanks. They got tanks. The Titans are getting somewhat overwhelmed by all these robots, but they're still holding their own a little bit. But when they bring in the tanks, everybody's like, okay, we need to dip. Like, we need to go. The tanks do blow a hole in a wall. They jump through the hole, so they're running. And then we cut to a random scene. Well, we don't actually get to see how they got into this giant hole, but all the Titans are in a hole. And then Cyborg's like, Zeus, 2 plans. Wait. Yeah, that's right. He said, man, that sucked. 2 plans down, Raven. 2 to go. Beast Boy's like, okay. Now we need at least like 50 gerbils. Starfire covers his mouth. Okay, Raven, what is your plan? She goes, okay, now we can sneak around. We get this little, I don't know where they were going, but we get like 2 or 3 scenes of them like sneaking around the town. They walk over to a building. They find a door. And then Raven's like, okay, Now all we have to do is when they grab the door handle, a spotlight gets shone on them. They got caught, and then we get a full-on montage of them running around away from Mad Mod's robots. And it's just like the first montage we got in episode 10 of season 1 when the robots, well, not robots, but yeah, those like stone robots were chasing them. Remember that huge montage? I thought it was kind of, I'm pretty sure it's a callback because they had that huge montage when they fought Mad Mod the first time. We got another one here when they're just running around like Scooby-Doo away from these robots. Like I was saying before we continue from that point, I was like, where's this door going to go to? Because when Raven grabbed the door handle, she says, okay, now all we have to do is, we didn't get to hear the plan before we saw them go to the door. I don't know what the plan would have been. Who knows? But they got caught. That's all I want to say. Anyway, we get like a full-on montage of them, like, of Mad Mod trying to rewrite history. Like, they run past Mount Rushmore. He changes Mount Rushmore to look British and look like him. The Liberty Bell with the crack in it, they run past that. Mad Mod comes over to it, starts to weld the crack back together. All the Titans like, what are you doing? And he rings the bell and it hurts their ears. They make a Beatles reference walking on the street. It's a pretty funny and cute little montage they have. It was kind of nice. Here's the montage right here with what I was talking about. Let's see. Mount Rushmore. I can get past that. The Liberty Bell's finna come up. Here we go. So they run past the Liberty Bell with the crack in it. Mad Mod starts to weld the crack back together. Like, what are you doing? Rings the bell and hurts them. And then they had a cup of tea. But right after this, they start to walk on that street for the reference for the Beatles thing. It's kind of funny. A little funny, cute montage. Anyway, let me get past the montage. So it was a little bit long, but not too long. Okay. So after the montage, we get another scene of Mad Mod and Robin. Robin's still trying to get up, but he can't because he's so old. Mad Mod, he's like taunting Robin about it. Eventually, they get over to the Congress building. And when they get inside the Congress building, Cyborg's like, okay, I guess we can just hide out here. Well, until the robots come and flatten its place. Raven's like, wow, that's even worse than what I was going to say. So Cyborg, Beast Boy, and Raven, they're winded. They're tired. They're sad. They're like, man, we just keep getting beat. How are we going to beat this guy? Can we beat this guy? Cyborg's like, of course we can. But why haven't we beat him already? This is some scrawny little guy with a tricked up cane. Like, what is going on? We had 4 good plans. This is ridiculous. And in Starfire, she walks over to the Declaration of Independence. And she's looking at it. And then she does a pretty nice speech. I'm going to read the subtitles because I don't want to mess it up. But she starts to do a little speech to get everybody's spirits back up. And this is what she says word for word. She goes, no, Mad Mod, he says those who do not learn from history is doomed to repeat it. He did say that. I forgot to mention that. I'm sorry. Are doomed to repeat it. We have failed to learn from the history Mad Mod is attempting to rewrite. Your democracy is not merely about voting. It is about compromise out of many different people to make one country. Out of many different people, you make one country. Out of many flawed ideas, you create one that works. And then the Cyborg, he says, we don't need 4 different plans. Raven, we only need 1. So we cut to a parade going on. Mad Mod is on top of a big old float. Robin's in the back of the float. He's on a chair. He can barely move. Like this whole episode. Mad Mod has a ton of people surrounding him, and they're hypnotized, so they're like cheering for his name. Mad Mod taunts Robin. He goes, Robin, you wanna click the button, huh? Don't you? Yeah, you want this, don't you? Robin tries to move his arm, but he can barely do it. He goes, but you're not gonna. Gets back to the front of the float. He's like, yeah, praise me. And then Raven comes out of nowhere and destroys destroys all of the hypno screens that's around this area. Everybody gets unhypnotized. And they just walk away like nothing's happening. Like, they're not like, oh, thank goodness, like, yo, like, they run away. They're just like, huh? It's kind of weird. Okay, and they just walk off, like, all calm and casual. I'm like, okay. We get one really cool scene of the rest of the Titans landing in front of Mad Mod, and Cyborg goes, man, I bet real British people even hate you. And then Mad Mod says, oh, a full frontal assault. That didn't work too good last time now, did it, kiddies? Then he tells his robots to attack. Then we get a full-on fight scene. The coolest things in this fight is Starfire. She had Monkey Beast Boy, like a little chimp monkey on her back of Beast Boy. He jumps off her back and he turns to a T-Rex midair and stomps on like 10 robots. That was pretty cool. One robot was going to blast Cyborg, and Raven makes like this cool like swirl seal to block the blast. That was pretty cool. There was one scene where Starfire, she flew up in the sky, and Madam Mod has a bunch of planes chasing her. Starfire gets on top of the plane and starts shooting at the robots. And I was like, is this like a King Kong reference? You know, when he's like on top of the like building, like, you know, going crazy. I'm thinking that was a King Kong reference, but I'm not too sure. But that makes sense though, right? That makes a lot of sense if it is. Okay. Ooh, here it is. When Raven makes like that cool twisty shield in front of Cyborg to block that blast. That was dope. Another cool scene. There was one more. Oh, that's right. Cyborg, he ran into a building. And he jumped out the building and knocked one of the robots' heads off. And all these robots have these like little key twist. You know, like really older robots. You have to like wind up for it to like move. It has those on their backs. All these robots. So he punched one robot's head off, ripped that key little twist thing out of it, throws it like a disc, and it's like Captain America like throws it like a disc, and it chops off like 3 more robots' heads. I'm like, okay, that was pretty dope. That was pretty dope. Anyway, here's a cool scene of Beast Boy falling out of the sky, turning into a T-Rex and like stomping on a ton of robots. That was dope. Come on, that was dope. Oh man, I forgot about the tail swipe. I completely forgot about the tail swipe. Anyway, tell you about the Starfire thing that happens here. I guess the last thing I saw you was a cool Captain America Cyborg thing when he throws it. I mean, that was pretty cool. When he ripped it off and just throws that, and it chops off like 3 more robots' heads. Hoo-ah! Nice! That was nice. Anyway, Mad Mod, he brings out a bazooka and he takes out Raven and Cyborg. There was also this one random scene where Mad Mod had a chessboard and he had like little Teen Titan figures up there and robot figures up there. It was like a really random scene, but it's whatever. Eventually, all the robots capture Raven, Cyborg, and Starfire. And Mad Mod gets off of his float and he's like, I honestly forgot about this scene. I want to show you. He's like, got you guys. Wait a second. Where the heck? That was pretty cool. I forgot about this. He was like, wait a second. Where's the green one? He ran off, didn't he? Kind of smart. He goes, he's kind of smart. You guys sort of thought of a plan before trying to attack me. Starfire says Beast Boy was our plan. Beast Boy now. So Beast Boy comes up from the sky. He's a flying squirrel, jumps into Mad Mod's clothes, and Mad Mod's like, oh, yo, what the heck? Get off me, yeah. And he's like freaking out. He's like, yeah. He's like doing that, and he's like, waving a cane around. Cyborg hand comes off, flies over, grabs his cane, flies in the sky. Mad Mod tells one of his robots to shoot the hand down, so it does. Cyborg's, his hand drops the cane because it gets shot down, and while it's like flying through the sky, it's getting close to where Robin is. Robin, he's actually able to get up now because he's been trying this whole episode, and he catches the cane. Mad Mod's like, oh, you don't want to do anything too hasty, do you? Robin clicks the button off to the side because at the beginning it's at the very top, but when Robin does it's off to the side. So he clicks the button. Obviously, Robin goes back to his useful self. He goes, breaks the cane, and he looks like he has a really big grin on his face when he does it. And he has a really big grin on his face when he snaps the cane. And Mad Mod, he's back to his old self, and he looks sad. Starfire is really happy, flies over to Robin and hugs him. She's like, Robin! And like hugs him. Robin's blushing. He goes, what took you guys so long? Beast Boy, we just had to brush up on our history. Cyborg put his hand back on. And if you look closely, it has some cracks in it. It just got shot down. So that makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense why I get that. And also the city turned back to normal. Here's the funny scene, cool scene too, where Robin had that huge grin on his face after he broke the cane. That man was happy. He was happy. And it was well, I got to saw it later. It comes up in a second. Everybody gets around Robin. They're all happy to see him back to normal. And Starfire's like, Robin? And she points down. And Man-Bot is gone. They all look to the side like, where the heck did he go? They look over the floor and Man-Bot's like trying to sneak away. He's like, huh? That was kind of funny, huh? And his pants fall down. He has underwear on. Ray was like, okay, I did not need to see that. Then they chase him. Then we get the credits. That's the whole episode. Anyway. Oh, she had heart eyes. Oh, that was... Oh my goodness. She had heart eyes. Of course she did. Yeah, it's going to happen quick. I don't think I can catch it, but look at this. She had heart eyes. That was sweet. She had heart eyes when she came to hug Robin. She was so happy. She was really ecstatic. She was the main one gunning for Robin. Really cool shot. He had some cracks in his arm, but you can't really see it. But she was so happy to see my boy Robin. She was the main one, you know. She was like, we need to get Robin. Where's Robin? Let's see Robin. You need to get a girl like that. She's like ride or die. She's like ready. Wait, no, I don't care about the city. We getting Robin. We are rescuing Robin. Here's the funny cute scene when they look over like, where'd he go? There he is. And then we get the credits when they chase him. So that's the episode for you guys today. Like, share, and subscribe. I see you all later. I thank you all for watching. I thank you all out there for being wonderful human beings. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. All right. Whew. Long episode, huh?